All right, time for the final taste test. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's been a long time since I made a video. A lot has happened. I may even make another video just explaining it. But I've been trying to make a patio for the last really 2 years so I can make an outdoor kitchen and make more cooking type videos. I finally got the patio installed, and then I just purchased one of those smokeless fire pits, and I wanted to start cooking something on it right away. So I figured I'd do something a little bit easy and make a pot of chili, since I've never cooked over like an open flame like that before. So I have this HelloFresh recipe. I'm going to base the chili off of this. Now, one thing about HelloFresh is their chili it's good, but it's not like a hearty chili where all the flavors melt together. It's more strong on spices. So I'm going to do something a little similar, and I'm going to tweak it up a little bit to make it a little bit better and cook it over the fire pit. So I don't have all the ingredients on hand, so I'm going to run to the grocery store and pick them up real quick. Okay, so let's get some diced tomatoes, some tomato paste, some kidney beans, and some beef stock. And then one last thing to get, goes perfect with chili. So the HelloFresh doesn't really tell you what's in their spices. They just call it like Southwestern spice. So I'm going to come up with my own. I'm going to start off with 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of chipotle chili peppers, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of cayenne, and then 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. So here's all the ingredients I'm going to put into the chili. 1 can of black beans, a can of diced tomatoes, a can of these red chili beans, a can of kidney beans, a can of fire roasted corn, and about a half can of tomato paste. So I didn't have any type of like fire starting type wood, so I just used a couple of briquettes just to get it going. Alright, so this was my first mistake, and I knew I should have let it burn down the coals before I actually started cooking, but I was a little too anxious and just wanted to get going. So this thing got hot, very hot.
Oh, it's hot. It's hot as... It's hot.
Again, this thing got so hot, it was hard to get close to it. I had to keep mixing it because it was starting to burn. So as soon as all the ground beef was browned, I threw in the stock to try to prevent it from burning. So here's another mistake I did. I should have opened the cans before I even brought them out to start cooking. And also my can opener broke, so it was very difficult to open up the cans. So I finally got all the cans open, and I had to run back and forth in and out of my house to drain the liquids out of the cans because I don't have my sink ready outside yet. I finally got everything in there, and it was time to sit back and just relax a bit. So the chili's been cooking for about 5 hours now. It smells great and it looks pretty good too. So about 5.5 hours in of cooking the chili, I'm going ahead and start the cornbread. Now this is the first time that I made cornbread at least this way, so I'm expecting that the bottom's going to get burnt a little bit, and then the top may not be as cooked as much, just because the nature of how it's being cooked. So for the next 30 minutes, I just kind of rotate it around a bit, try not to let one side get too much heat and burn on the bottom. All right, we're about 5.5 hours in. Smells really great. Hope it did come out good. I did do a couple taste tests and it tastes okay. Again, it's more of like that HelloFresh. It's very spice flavorful versus like ingredient flavorful, but it still tastes pretty good.
That smell good.
All right, so it's time for the big event. Let's see how this came out. So again, the cornbread, I'm a little concerned the bottom is going to be burnt because again, it's over high heat on the bottom. But to my surprise, the bottom wasn't burnt as bad as I thought it would be, and it was very fluffy and very light, unlike regular cornbread. Maybe it's the self-rising cornmeal that I used. I'm not really sure. Either way, it tasted great, and I'll try to make this again. So again, overall, it wasn't bad. The chili came out pretty good. The cornbread came out pretty good. I'm probably never going to make this again over the fire pit. I will stick with the slow cooker. But if needed to, if I was out camping, is definitely something that is not that difficult to do. Still got a lot of plans for the fire pit though. I'm going to set up a rotisserie system. I want to do some chickens, maybe some beef ribs and porks. I just got a lot of things I want to try out. Hey, if you like what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. I do plan on having more videos. Once I get my outdoor kitchen set up, I'll do a lot more like outdoor backyard cooking. Everywhere I look, my dog is looking at me and just smelling the chili. It must be like driving him crazy. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. What do you smell? I don't have anything. I don't have anything. No, I don't.